Yo quiero una pelea limpia. Escúchame, cuídate. Listos? Vámonos.
If the kid has already had 44 professional fights, as he says he has, too fast a start for his career
in Mexico.
Jose Miguel Cotto, as you can see, is a body puncher. Well, Cotto sure tried to get at him fast enough.
Try to get to the man while he's still hurt.
It was a left hook that wobbled him. Alvarez is trying to solve everything with one big right hand.
Who knows how long he can hold that weight.
Uppercut by Alvarez lands. Almost landed that sizzling right hand shot.
And they leave the front part of the face open and they get caught with the shot. Right inside. And you see from there just a barrage of punches, but he was able to survive most of those and come back.
Mexican or Mexican-American star, because there is so much interest. And here is a kid who has been picked out to watch.
Emmanuel, we were talking about hooking off the jab in the last fight, and we've already seen that Alvarez does it too.
Boxing very good, hasn't been hit with anything clean yet. But I'm looking at this kid, he's very good. He just keeps his hands too wide. And he's very vulnerable to get hit. But he's got speed and power, then that's going to probably neutralize that.
Yep.
Fighting that is really his proper weight too. And that makes a difference too. Very comfortable.
Training his brother for the fight against Foreman. Were they training together down there in Tampa?
Good hard left hand by Alvarez.
They train together at the same time, but he goes in a little bit before each other advice when they train. They train totally separate, go past each other, never interfere with each other's training.
Good counter right hand up and under from Alvarez, and Cotto's glove touched the canvas, and Alvarez has just evened up the knockdown on the scorecards.
Okay.
Here we see Cotto coming in, landing the right hand a little too far out. This is because of the height advantage and the disadvantage that he has, throwing his punches too far, and he really lost his balance more than anything else.
If he should come back from that,
But counter punches is he's getting off balance coming in.
He landed 9 punches in the last minute of round 2. That was something of a comeback rally, and
if Jose can keep that pressure on him,
well, what Jose Cotto is doing is following
Emmanuel, after you analyzed.
But you look at, he's 19, but he's got about 30-some fights. He's come from the family with 6 brothers, so he's been boxing since he was a kid.
You may see on his trunks the word Canelo. That means cinnamon. They call him cinnamon for that reddish hair.
Yeah.
In the black and white, Harold, how do you have it so far?
2-1, Canelo Alvarez.
Well, I'm thrilled you corrected me, Harold. I was unaware, did not notice that Tony Weeks didn't rule it a knockdown in round 1. Thank you, Harold, for your sharp eyes. Good uppercut.
But if he could just get a little bit closer, he would be very effective.
Having recovered from the shock of getting hurt by Cotto in round 1. He's trying to load it up a little more. Right there. Hard right hands up and under, and the body shot. Another well-placed uppercut with the left hand. That was brilliant.
And Cotto just followed him around and letting him recharge without attacking him.
With that uppercut is well delivered and starting to gain some purchase. And look at the determination of Jose Miguel Cotto. Head right in there and stays on top of Alvarez. Terrific test for the young fighter being provided by Jose Miguel. That was crowd-pleasing action.
That Nazim Richardson in a telephone with Shane Mosley.
Grand jury testimony and depositions to come clean and acknowledge that he had taken both steroids.
And what's always been interesting to me, too much muscle.
Hard left hook by Alvarez. It's emerging here, Emmanuel. What we're seeing from this 19-year-old is that he has unusual athletic coordination for boxing and great timing.
Yes,
great timing for when to deliver the shots.
And what I see is great poise.
And he's hurting Cotto with those right hands and the left hooks. Cotto not throwing back, finally releases his hands. 8 or 10 clean shots.
Cotto's got a great chin too. He's never been seriously hurt in this whole fight, and has been hit with some tremendous shots. Be a little too mild a person. As a matter of fact, the Detroit people came in and bet big money, and Hearns was a favorite when it finished up.
Amazing.
Back and forth.
Good hard right hand by Alvarez. The ability to throw these shots with extreme accurate precision.
It does come through in this fight.
It's been blocking a lot of punches. A lot of Alvarez's punches haven't been that clean as much as it seems, but when he has landed good punches, Cotto has come right back, so he's had a real test tonight.
Why would he be fighting a strong young welterweight when he himself is a junior welterweight?
Well, I think he's had a long time off. I'm not sure, but I think it's been better.
Well, also he told us it was the best payday of his career.
Good young prospect like Alvarez.
Jose Miguel Cotto had 3 fights last year, only 1 in 07 and none in 08. So he was largely inactive in 07, 08, and that's a guy like Alvarez.
But Alvarez is very sharp, very crisp, and punching with full authority and crispness.
Alvarez landed 17 punches in the last minute of round number 5, and now as the last minute of round 6 arrives, he
19 and 20, doesn't it, Emmanuel?
Yes, it does. And I like the fact that he started early because of the fact that, you know, he doesn't have that type of an amateur background in it, but he's a very well-schooled fighter.
Definitely takes a very, very good punch. You know, otherwise he would have been out of there. Canelo Alvarez is, I mean, he is terrific coming off those ropes. 5-1.
Best punch in a while. Most of them are partially blocked as Alvarez is keeping his hands way up.
Constant pressure over the course of a 10-round fight.
Body shot.
If he throws a jab, can you call it a cinnamon stick?
So Emmanuel, is Miguel Cotto
Watching the entire show.
want to say hello to your new fighter? Brilliantly skilled boxer.
Very, very talented fighter. Moves, punches very well. Very well-schooled fighter.
On the other hand, a powder puff puncher compared to your guy, right?
Yeah, but the guys that Foreman has fought have got.
Are you talking on the record or off the record
No,
here?
I'm being honest. No, I have a lot of respect for you at Foreman. Me and Miguel, the whole camp does.
After 21 months in, quote, retirement against Juan Manuel Marquez, and Pacquiao versus Mayweather broke it down over the issue of drug testing.
That Mayweather was standing there.
He lands his punches.
And the only person been hurt has been Alvarez himself in the fight.
Junior welterweights.
Yes, I am very
battle.
impressed tonight. Yes, considering the fact that I know he's about 10 pounds overweight. And looking at he's taking all of these, coming back, and he's very relaxed. He doesn't even seem to be exhausted.
But just look how almost clinical Alvarez is here.
You don't expect to use clinical as an adjective for a 19-year-old fighter, but he is. There was a moment in 08, a couple of years ago, when Alvarez went 4 straight fights going the distance. He won 4 consecutive 10-round decisions in Mexico against opponents whose names we don't know. Veteran from, 10, 15 years ago. We had seen him in some lesser fights.
And he was 17 at the time, Alvarez.
To learn what he would learn from going rounds. So he says, I decided to dispense with knocking people out for a few fights so that I could learn what I was going to learn. Now, whether that's true or not, it's a remarkable comment for a fighter to make.
He's fighting like a seasoned fighter.
Settled into the notion that he's going to be going the distance here with Jose Miguel Cotto, so that Alvarez has in his head. He's trying to win the fight by decision at this point.
The fight, if the knockout comes, it comes. But he's certainly not trying to sit on a lead here.
I don't think there's any reason to say that the punching power is less than what was billed. I think this is a strong performance by.
I don't think he was billed as a with a chance to be something. We're seeing one now. Beautiful right hand right over the top.
Tremendous quickness on that right hand. And Cotto seems to be buzzed. Cotto keeping his hands up, not really throwing back. Alvarez targeting right hand shots, targeting right hand shots. Tony Weeks looking. How much punishment does Tony Weeks want to allow Jose Miguel Cotto to take?
Cotto's got to start punching back, otherwise this fight will be
He's throwing back, but without any velocity. Alvarez is teeing off, and Tony Weeks is going to stop it right there.
The winner by TKO victory. As referee, Tony Weeks calls a halt to the contest. Saul Canelo Alvarez.